Good morning, Biloxi High. I'm Lyric James.
And I'm Paisley Langston. We've got important academic dates, exciting events, and special segments coming your way. So let's get started.
Mark your calendars. On March 2nd, state test tutoring will be held after school for Algebra 1, English 2, and Biology.
That same day, ACT tutoring will also be available. ACT English with Miss Molina, ACT Science with Miss Malone, ACT Math with Mrs. Guntharp, and ACT Reading with Miss Strickland.
Plus, AP students can attend AP Calculus and AP Statistics during tutoring with Mr. Jones on March 2nd as well.
On March 3rd, AP Computer Science tutoring will take place with Mr. Maxey.
Then, on March 4th, state test tutoring continues after school for Algebra 1, English 2, and Biology, along with AP Calculus and AP Statistics tutoring with Mr. Jones.
And on March 7th, there's a big lineup. ACT Bootcamp from 8 to 11, ACT Full-Length Practice Test with Miss Molina and Miss Strickland, AP Calculus and AP Stats tutoring with Mr. Jones, State Test tutoring for English 2, Algebra 1, and Biology. Make sure to take advantage of these opportunities to prepare.
We also had Gay reporting on the Career Expo tours. Here's more on that.
Career Expo. We are the Biloxi High Career Technology Center, and today we're inviting all of the classes to come out and join us with our Career Expo. Our students are able to showcase what they've learned and what they're learning, and also show some of the items that they have produced in the classes that they're in. We have business marketing and management, which can be used in all programs. So if you decide that you want to become an entrepreneur, or let's just say you want to become a designer, or you want to create your own business or start your own business, that's the place for you.
It's business marketing and finance, and basically we do a lot of projects and we make a lot of merchandise, and we have a store that we run, and we go on a lot of field trips and do a lot of different fun things.
With those field trips, you got to have a 70 plus in the class, and you can't have many absences. The field trips are fun. The store can help fund a field trip or our DECA tournaments and things, because we do go on DECA trips for competitions in like district, state, and nationals, which is ICDC. Also, it's very hands-on. We do a whole lot of projects.
We have lodging, hospitality, and tourism. If you like inviting people over, if you like hosting parties, if you like to have that hospitality attitude, you should join the hospitality and lodging.
This is hospitality and tourism. We learn about communication skills, job education. We also compete in DECA. I recently got to go to Vicksburg, and I got second place in the state. So I'm going to go to Atlanta, Georgia in April 24th, I want to say. This class is really good when it comes to like speaking your mind.
Taking care of customers, showing them respect, and also having the good hospitality and good customer service. In my experience, when I first came to hospitality, I wasn't really talkative. I was very much so quiet. But once I got
Design, where this is AutoCAD. Basically, you just draw the house plans and the elevations. Your program, yeah, pretty fun.
Building, which requires construction. So if you like to do things with your hands, construction will be the place for you.
Hey guys, my name is Aaron Wynn, and I'm representing Engineering 1. So in this class, we go through things such as SolidWorks. It's like a 3D program. We can 3D print stuff like this skull here. Take a good look at it. We upload it through this computer and many other ones that we have in the class, and actually feed it through this machine.
Hello, my name is Ladarius, and I'm the one who made these bowling pins and this the pin setter. So the way that these pins were made is that SolidWorks, and then I 3D print them and started drawing these little designs.
All right, so in culinary, we basically learn, first year we learn the basic knife skills, we learn like cleaning the kitchen and stuff, certain jobs that everybody might have, and then after the first couple weeks, we get in the kitchen, we make soups, we make dumplings, we make anything if we are allowed to sometimes, and we just have fun in the class, you know? It's just basic, but it's really fun, and if you're interested in culinary at all, it's a fun class to take. You learn a lot of stuff.
Hi, we're with Health Science,
And throughout your first year, we learn about the different career pathways that you can have in healthcare.
We also learn about human body anatomy, and we also learn diseases you can get, and we do explore career pathways outside of just the classroom, and we will go on plenty of field trips and do clinicals.
Yes, and then your second year, we learn about vital signs, and we get a lot more hands-on at work and activities. And it's really great for anybody who's interested in healthcare. Yeah, it's awesome. Clinical rotations for first years and second years, and we get to wear scrubs, which I think we look great.
Thanks, Gabe. Be sure to participate and ask questions. It's never too early to start planning for your future.
On March 5th, MGCCC will be in the courtyard during all lunches.
If you're interested in learning more about opportunities at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, stop by their table and get your questions answered.
Now, here's Antoine interviewing Miss Carter to talk about our talented band.
What advice would you give to a student who wants to be successful in the indoor game?
My best advice is to continue to grow and be successful at playing your instrument and becoming a high-level musician and playing your instrument. That's a large part of what we do. But the next part would just be to make sure that you're just staying very open-minded. I think fearless is probably a pretty good word too, because we like to challenge them with some kind of outside the norm combination of skills in regards to how they're playing and moving and dancing and expressing themselves. So I think that just being brave and being a mature musician, and then just being willing and able to try new things and be positive about that.
How does Indoor Winds help prepare students for future music opportunities?
I think any music ensemble that you get to participate in is going to be a good experience. We have a really large variety of ensembles here at Biloxi that people can be a part of, and I think every one of them is valuable in some way in helping them continue in either a music career or just continue into higher education. I think every type of music that you're around just gives you a better perspective about not only just that type of music, but people and experiences and environment. And so I think that anytime you can just try something different and be able to utilize playing your instrument and being a musician in a different way, it's always positive.
How do competitions work, and what are judges usually looking for?
Yeah. So in the Indoor Winds competition specifically, you have judges that are judging music specifically, and then you have judges that are judging visual items, so how they're marching, how they're dancing, how they're putting music in and moving to play together. And there's some judges that are sort of judging how the whole show is put together, kind of like the design and the development of all of it. So they will specifically look at how well you're doing something and then how difficult the thing is that you're doing. So they're looking at the what you're doing and how challenging it is, and then they're looking at how well you're doing that as far as how you're meeting the challenge or how well you're achieving it. And the points go up the harder something is, and then the better you do it, then the higher point range you have for them to give you credit for.
What expectations do you have for attendance and individual practice?
We always have a really high level of expectation for individual practice in the entire program, just because there are a lot of things that all the music students are asked to do on a regular basis, and a lot of that you can't always get to in the class period. So we try to always encourage them to be working on their own. Indoor Winds specifically, we don't have a really huge rehearsal schedule because everything does happen outside of the school day. So we try to be very respectful of all the other activities and events that people participate in. But it is important that they are there, since it is such a few amount of hours a week, that we can have everybody there and we can continue to make ourselves as a group better. And then we ask for individual issues and responsibilities to be dealt with in their own practice time. So we try to utilize rehearsal time for group resolution as opposed to working through individual things.
How are parts assigned, and is there an audition process?
It fluctuates. We've had auditions in the fall when we've had a really high level of interest. Normally, in this case, if somebody's interested in doing it, we like to accept them into coming and doing it if they want to be a part of participating in it and trying something new. We'll normally audition for solo spots. If somebody wants a solo or has something that's featured, we'll usually audition those sections. And then, was that the question? What was the other part of the question? Was that it? You said solos, or you said auditions. I didn't hear the rest.
What's the audition process?
Oh, the audition process. We normally just put we'll give them the music and then work through seeing how quick memorization occurs. And then we'll put music together with some movement skills, and we'll see how well people can kind of combine the things together. And the quicker and more comfortable they are in playing and moving, or playing and utilizing visual elements together, usually the more successful we'll be able to use them in the show.
Thank you, Antoine. Our band students continue to represent Biloxi High with dedication and pride. Be sure to support them at their upcoming performances and congratulate them on their hard work this season.
Speaking of performances, the Biloxi Gulf Coast Classic Show Choir Competition will take place on March 6th and March 7th. Come out and support our incredible show choir as they compete and showcase their talent.
As we continue celebrating Black History Month, we take time to recognize individuals who have made lasting impacts on our nation's history and culture. Here's Lyric to discuss Biloxi Little Theater's production of Trouble in Mind.
For Black History Month, Tribe TV has decided to visit important places in Biloxi to help kids and even locals understand the history that surrounds us each day. Hi, I'm reporter Lyric James from Biloxi High School. Starting off, we went to Biloxi Little Theater. Despite what others may or may not know, Biloxi Little Theater has a lot of history that goes to show that historical buildings are around us and we never even notice. We asked 2 members of Biloxi Little Theater to tell us a little more about the place and about the production that they put on, Trouble in Mind.
My name is LaWanda Jones. I am the Assistant Director for Trouble in Mind as well as the President of Biloxi Little Theater.
And I am Toy Smith, and I am producer and stage manager.
So BLT came to life in 1946. Where it became Biloxi Little Theater, but this is actually a historical building from the 1920s, and it used to be a church. And it was not a church that you would think would fit in this demographic of the neighborhood. So there is some back history where a lot of the minorities in this community did not come to this because it was a predominantly white church in a predominantly Black neighborhood. So there has always kind of been that history behind it. And so over the years, BLT has worked very hard to show that we are an inclusive theater and that we are producing shows and things that we're not afraid of a challenge of a topic. We want to be able to touch everybody across the community, and that's how we've started to grow our diversity and becoming the theater on the coast that is willing to make those challenges and do those shows and open their door to everybody. So yeah, we're actually in a historical building, and the actual stage in this area was the sanctuary of the church. And so we have turned it in to the stage in the theater because it is still so relevant. We keep doing the same things, repeating history and not looking at people as people. And it is so relevant right now, not only in the performing arts industry, but across the board where minorities, and that includes women, are still struggling to find that equality. We are not afraid of the challenge of showcasing that here on the Gulf Coast. We are known for bringing in those shows that stop to make you think. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to stop and think, and you might even see yourself in some of it, and it could sting a little bit.
But at the end of the day, it has to be about the talent. We have to stop making it about race. We have to stop making it about gender. At this point, one of the things that I love about BLT is that we've had a lot of amazing shows, and it was nothing but women of all races, all ages, and it allows us to show the community and show the world that we're not in a place where once you hit the glass ceiling, that's as far as you can go. We have a lot of women directors at this theater. We're very open to all diversities. So again, I love it.
To learn a little more about Trouble in Mind, we asked 2 actors about their perspective on Trouble in Mind and their roles as characters in it.
I'm Michelle Brown. I play Willetta.
I'm Casey Farver. I play Millie.
Trouble in Mind is a play that is based on a play within a play. The main characters also have to play another character in the play, and they have some issues with how the play is being written. Willetta has played stereotypes her entire career. That's what she's done. She's played the maid, she's played the housekeeper, and in all of that time, she has never been seen as a woman, not just a African American woman, but simply as a woman. And I think today, even now, we as women of color still have those same issues of being seen, of being heard, of being valued, of being appreciated. So I think that when people come to see this play, it sparks conversation, it sparks self-evaluation.
Yeah, and I think to kind of even piggyback on that, I think it shows that even with how far we've come we still have so much more work that we have to do, because we're still living, as she said, as even Black women, women of color, we are still fighting to be seen, valued, and heard. Not even just with people who are, whites, right? But even in our own race, we're fighting to be seen and heard. But I think just for people, we can say, one person can really change the world, but it takes all of us coming together.
Check out more of Biloxi Little Theater's programs. They have shows for everyone. See you next week.
Thank you, Lyric. Let's continue learning, honoring, and celebrating the achievements and contributions that have shaped our world.
Now, let's head over to sports and see what's happening with our Biloxi Indians.
Hey Biloxi, I'm Stormy.
And I'm Emma. Welcome back to our sports update.
Starting on Tuesday, March 3rd, baseball has 2 games at D'Iberville at 5 and 7 p.m.
On the same day, softball also has 2 games at West Harrison. Those will start at 5 and 6:30 p.m.
Moving to Thursday the 5th, there will be a baseball battle at the beach. Meanwhile, softball has 2 home games against West Harrison at 5 and 6:30 p.m.
Also on Thursday, archery will compete at St. Patrick at 5 p.m. and track and field will be at Long Beach.
Then on Friday, March 6th, baseball will compete against D'Iberville at Keesler Park at 7 p.m.
And finally, on Saturday, March 7th, the baseball battle at the beach tournament continues.
That's all for this week.
A pretty swift week for our athletes.
Here's Paisley now with a closer look at what our softball team is up to.
Hey Biloxi High, I'm Paisley Langston, and today I'm out at the softball fields talking all about this season. Softball is officially in full swing, and there's so much to be excited about. I had the chance to speak with the coach about what makes this year's team special, how they've grown and improved, and why students should come out and show their support.
I am Coach Thompson, the head coach for Biloxi softball. We have a great group of assistants out here. Coach Katie Miles, she works with our hitters and our outfielders. Coach Brandon, where she also works with our outfielders. Coach Gia McElroy, and she handles all our pitchers. Coach Stephanie Scott, who works with our catchers. This is our second year. As far as growth and as far as the togetherness and family of this team, I think it's much better than it's been. And I think the seniors of last year has kind of laid that foundation down for us. And we've got three seniors who doing a good job, and we've got a good young group behind them who's learning and improving and as far as their ability is getting better every day. This is going to be an exciting season. It's been like 12 years since Biloxi's made the playoffs, and this group right here is they're going to have the opportunity to kind of make history and put Biloxi back on the map for softball. The game's exciting. It's baseball like on a really small field. It's really fast. Softball is a lot of small game and a lot of action. There's never any really dead time like you get during a baseball game. The girls put in the work, so anytime we can get people in the stands, heck, y'all come down. It's a fun atmosphere, and we need as much support as we can get.
I also caught up with 2 senior players to reflect on their final season, share some of their favorite memories, and talk about how they've developed as athletes over the year.
I'm Sammy Edmond, second baseman, and I'm a senior.
I'm Kaya Gammons, I'm a pitcher, and I'm a senior.
It's a lot of emotions, actually. My last game, I'll feel the emotions most definitely, but right now I'm just sailing through and getting by one step at a time.
It's a lot of emotions. I've been playing since I was like 5 years old, but I'm excited to see my next chapter in life after softball. I'm going to say my favorite softball memory would be last year after we beat D'Iberville. It was our first playoff win in like 7 years.
Joined this team in 10th grade, so just joining the team and then like growing a family with these girls has been an amazing experience. I've only been playing softball for 5 years, so when I started I was all right, and then as I'm progressing as I go. And softball's become a sport that I really love and I really enjoy to play.
I'd say my confidence grew a lot just because I've been through so much with this sport, and I really feel like over these past years I've really had a strong connection to the players and the coaches, and it just made me become a better player all around. I would just say make your environment somewhere that you know you can grow in.
Just keep going. The sport can be tough, but consistency and confidence, having fun, it's all there, and it can help.
Be sure to check out a game and come cheer on our team this season.
That's some juicy stuff. Thanks, Paisley. Last but not least, JB spent some time with our basketball team. Here's that segment now.
I love Biloxi with all my heart. It's been everything to me to play here, to be an assistant coach, and now be a head coach, and to win all these games, win close to 500 games, and be a championship coach, and be a mentor to the city of Biloxi and all these young men. It's bittersweet, but you know, when God tells you to do something, He's got other plans for me, and He told me it was time to pivot, and so I go find something else to do. And basketball is a process of life, and we as a coach use basketball to instill in our players how to live their life. And so that's what I've done. And I think that's what other good coaches have done. Whenever you are making them run, and sometimes our kids come in and they might have a D on the report card, we make them run. They're not doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom. We discipline or whatnot. So we just feel like that right there are lessons that's going to help them later on in life, even though they might not like it. Even they might not like the discipline. But like I've got players that come back to me and call me and say, Coach, I appreciate what you did for me. You know, I wasn't doing good in the classroom. I wasn't doing good at home. I was disrespecting Mom. And you ran me or you disciplined me and you gave me something to think about. So now I'm able to discipline my son and discipline my daughter. You gave me these great ideas.
Thanks, everyone. That officially wraps up sports for this week.
Don't forget to go out and support our teams. Back to you, Paisley and Lyric.
Thanks for that update. We're proud of all our student athletes and can't wait to see what they accomplish next.
That's all for today's announcements.
Make sure to tune in next time. Same time, same tribe.
See you next week.